If you have to be less than your best to receive love from them, that's not love. That's control. That's manipulation. And today we're going to talk about love in action. How to love without losing yourself. Yeah, how to love without losing yourself. You shouldn't have to lose you to be with them. And one of those things is that now love oftentimes limits you. Love becomes a liability to you. Love becomes something that you want to wash your hands of and have nothing to do with simply because of how people have treated you, how people have manipulated you, when you need a blueprint of how to love yourself through what you've gone through. And one of those things is that there must be compassion without conditions. Yes, real love has compassions without conditions. And for some people, their love to you is based upon what's conditional. It's not practical. It's not relatable. It's not transformable. It's transactional. And when it's transactional, here's what it is. It's conditional. If you give me this, I'll give you that. If you pay me this, I'll do that. If you buy me this, expect that. That's transactional. That's conditional. That's not real love that emanates out of compassion. And compassion is that which has consideration, that which has concern, that which has real care. Here's what I understand. Just because people have a heart doesn't mean that they have a heart. Let me say it again. Just because people have a heart does not mean that they have a heart. And that heart for people goes beyond what you can do for them or what they can do for you. It goes to the place of this is what they mean to you. This is what you mean to them. Right? It moves into a place of compassion, of consideration, of care, of concern, not that which is conditional. Love isn't just some, ethereal philosophy. Love is a practice. Right? Love is hard work, but hard work is hard work, and hard work is hard work. Love is hard work, love is hard work, and love is hard work. And for most people, they don't want to necessarily put that into practice and into play. And as a result of it, they become crippled by conditions because there's no compassion. Compassion calls you to leap. Comparison of conditions will cripple you and cause you to go through life limping. There also has to be a place of community. Love engenders community. And community says that you don't have to be in a place of conformity to be a part of the community. See, conformity says this: you gotta be like me so I'll love you. That's what conformity is. And so many times we're trying to become somebody else, or we're trying to become ingratiated with somebody else, or become like them and be a carbon copy of them so that they can love us. That's not real love. That's conditional. That's not practical. That's not relatable. That's conformity, and it doesn't build community. Community is focused on the least, the last, the lost, the left out, the overlooked, the underserved, the underrepresented. Community says you're too unique to compete. You're too rare to compare. Your royalty is what demands loyalty. Community says this: I want to love you the way that you need to be loved, not how the way that I just want to love you. And too oftentimes we're trying to love people the way that we think they need to be loved versus not the true way that they need to be loved. And to learn how to love somebody, you got to lean in. To learn how to love somebody, you got to study them. To learn how to love somebody, you got to get to know them. To learn how to love somebody, you have to move past your own specific aspects of the crippling lenses in your life, the cataracts that in many cases cloud what community is all about, so that you can see somebody really for who it is that they are, not for what they have, not for how they dress, not for what they drive, not for their past, but who they are in the present moment. And you're seeing them for the power of their future and what it is that they can be, not what it is that they can provide to you, but who it is that they are and how you move into a place of service. Service is the rent we pay for the space that we occupy. And oftentimes, love, we don't see that as service. Love, we generally see that as what we can gain, not what we can give. And that's why the world is in the conundrum that it's in right now. That's why relationships are in the conundrum that it's in right now. That's why people are in the particular place and particular predicament where it is that they are. They don't relate to one another. So here's what they find themselves. They find themselves in a situationship. They find themselves in a rehabilitationship. They find themselves trying to fix somebody. They find themselves in a particular place where they don't really even want to be there. They don't really enjoy the particular individual, but here's what they don't want to be. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to be alone. And since they don't want to be alone, they would rather settle for somebody who makes them feel alone just to ensure that they have somebody around. Here's what I understand. Here's what I understand. If you don't love you, if you don't enjoy your own company, why would somebody else enjoy yours? You got to love you. You got to enjoy you. You got to get to a particular place to where you say, listen, I understand who I am, what it is that I need, what it is that I provide. I refuse to be in love with a liability. I refuse to move into a place of conformity. I'm going to now build community. Here's what relationships also, here's what real love in action is all about. Yes, it's about compassion without conditions. It's about community, not conformity. It's also about forgiveness is freedom. Forgiveness is freedom. Too many times we're in relationships or we're in connections with other people, doing business with others, and we got bitterness in our heart, but harboring hatred, harboring all of the things that now become a hindrance to us. Forgiveness is freedom. Here's what I also understand as well about forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean access. Forgiveness can also mean restricted access. Forgiveness does not necessarily mean you have to reconcile the relationship. I can forgive you and still social distance myself from you. Why? Because I can protect me. I can protect my heart. I can protect my mind, my will, and my emotions. I can protect myself from narcissism, manipulation, gaslighting, crying, lying, and denying. I can protect all of myself from all of the things that now cloud me with contempt and chaos. And we understand that chaos distorts creativity. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't have to acquiesce that. Forgiveness is freedom. You let yourself off the hook by forgiving other people. Don't harbor that hatred. Don't harbor that bitterness. Don't allow that to cloud your judgment at all. Anger is just one letter away from danger. Healing from the vestiges of your past. Forgiving others. Forgiving people, hear me, who may never even give you an apology. Can you forgive somebody who may never even give you an apology? That's the power of forgiveness right there. You didn't forgive me, but I forgave you. Why? because I'm going to free myself from what doesn't serve me. I'm going to free myself from what doesn't fit me. I'm going to free myself from what has affected my peace. I want to free myself. Why? Because I understand that I'm on an emotional budget. I don't have time to spend going back and forth with you. I'm on an emotional budget. I'm not spending my mind. I'm not spending myself spinning around in a circle. I'm not spending my time placating my peace of mind. No, I'm moving to a place of forgiveness is freedom. Here's what I also understand about love in action. Love in action also looks like simplicity and spirit. You need people who are good for your spirit. You need people who are not, they got a million things going on. They want to throw them all at you. No, simplicity. Simple. It shouldn't be a Pythagorean theorem trying to be with somebody. It shouldn't be like you're trying to do some mathematical equation statistics and some geometry type of geometrical problem trying to figure out somebody. Simplicity and spirit. Somebody who's good for your spirit. Somebody's good for your peace of mind. Somebody who causes you to be able to check your spirit, to look at what is your prayer life like, to look at what is your word life like. How are you growing in God? How are you growing in greatness? How are you growing in your goals? And they understand that a win for you is a win for them too. They're not intimidated. Why? Because whoever you intimidate will be who you eliminate. Simplicity and spirit. Too many times we're making simple things hard. Here's what I understand. It's not that relationships are complicated. It's that people are complicated. Relationships are not complicated. People are complicated. Love is not complicated. People are complicated. And when there is complications, when there is no simplicity, when it's not in a place of minimalism and understanding that this is that and that is this, there's always confusion. And confusion always creates room for the enemy. There's got to be simplicity. There's got to be spirit. There's got to be somebody that awakens the giant that's on the inside of you. Not the Hulk. Hear me. Not the Hulk, but the giant. They're able to corral the Hulk. And they awaken the giant of greatness, the giant to conquer, the giant that is going to overcome hate with love, the giant, the gentle giant of tenderness. Why? Because you're bigger than your past. You're bigger than your situation. You're bigger than that disagreement. You can have a disagreement, but decide not to be disagreeable. You can still have a meeting of the minds, even though you both think differently. Simplicity. Simplicity is what gets the job done. And then last but not least, as we've been talking really about love and action, looking at compassion without conditions, community, not conformity, forgiveness as freedom, looking at the whole aspect of simplicity and spirit, but also fearless and free. Fearless and free. The most dangerous place that you can be in life is not when you're walking on water, but when you're staying in the boat. And one of the things that I realize is that you have to feel the fear and do it anyway. Fearless and free. Fearless and free does not mean you just whittle your life away and you just do anything that you want to do whenever you want to do it, however you want to do it. It's not just, it's your thing, do what you want to do. It's not just, a Burger King slogan, have it your way. It is now walking in a place of maturational development to where you're making calculated choices. You're making calculated decisions. You're free from the past. You're free from to be free for. You're free from the past to be free for your future. You're free from bitterness to be free for forgiveness. You're free from hate to be free for love. You're free from your ex to be free for your next. Are you following me? Are you tracking? And because of that, now you're on the right track mentally, socially, emotionally, relationally, psychologically, pragmatically, down the right avenues of life. Fearless says, I'm going to be courageous. And here's what I understand about fearlessness. Fearless doesn't mean that you don't have any fear at all. Here's what fearless means. It means that you fear less than most. Fearless. Fearless. You fear less than most. You feel the fear, but you're going to still do it anyway. You feel the fear, but you're going to still write the book. You feel the fear, but you're going to still have the courage to love. You feel the fear, but you're going to still build the blueprint and the product and the service and provide and speak and mentor and cultivate and give back. You feel all the fear because you know what other people have said about you. You know all the self-limiting beliefs that you've had. You know the scarcity mindset that you've grappled with. You know the pain of the past that has in many cases tripped you up, and now you're back into a place of the cyclical trauma. You know all of that. But the most courageous thing that you can do is to keep moving forward by any means necessary. To say, listen, you're not just a conqueror, but you're more than a conqueror. You're going to conquer hate with love. You're going to conquer your past with the present mindset of who it is that you are so that you can walk into the best and the blessed by faith into your future. That's courage. That's courage. That's being fearless. That's being free to walk into the place of who it is that you were created to be, and you were created to go there. You were created to do it. And here's the thing. When you're on that right road, love is going to meet you there. Love is going to meet you there. Love is going to speak life into your life. Love is going to move you into a greater aspect and the greater specific development of who it is that you are by far. Go for it. Dream it. Do it. You have it. Put love in action. You shouldn't have to lose you to love them. You can love without losing yourself. And the right person does not want you to sacrifice who you are just to be with them. Don't lose your integrity. Don't lose your self-esteem. Don't lose your will to win. Don't lose your character. Don't lose your love. Don't lose your ambition. But allow it to come to fruition. And the right one is just gonna embrace you. The right one is gonna celebrate you. Because you're walking the best and the blessed season of your life. I want you to get my book that is going to speak life into your life. It's called Know Your No. It's my 19th book, y'all. How to build healthy boundaries and love without losing yourself. I go real deep into this book, really about building boundaries, about loving yourself, about knowing your worth. So many great aspects so that you don't dance to the beat of everybody else's drum. You don't placate. You don't have a wishbone. You have a backbone. It's not about you being nice. It's about you being kind. No scripture in the Bible that talks about you being nice, but it says, be ye kind. Kindness is a fruit of the Spirit. Let your fruit remain so that you can be fruitful, so that you can multiply, so that the right relationships can live, and you can live through dying places, so that you're not overextending yourself, you're not overwhelmed. Life is not overcomplicated, but you move into a place of overflow. Go get the book right now on Amazon as an ebook, as a hard copy. You can even get signed copies on my website, EddieConnor.com /know your no. EddieConnor.com /know your no. Go and get the book right now for sure. It's going to be an amazing read, riveting read as you pick it up. Join my amazing Eagles community. Come on, what are you waiting on? Why have you been slouching and slacking? Come on, stop stalling on your calling. And you're being called right now to join my amazing community. How many times are you going to keep trying to figure it out on your own? How many times are you going to keep bumping your head? How many times are you going to try to keep getting the answers off Chat GPT and Google? When, yeah, you can get some real serious connectivity, content, really total transformation that is going to move you into a greater place to overcome the situation, to network with great gifted leaders from literally all over the world, in my community where I'm coaching, I'm teaching, I'm training, I'm mentoring you with compassion, consideration, and concern. It's time for you to move into that place of transformation. It's time for you to elevate your life. It's time for you to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. What are you waiting on? The wait is over. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. That's right, theeaglesacademy.com. We're going to love you, going to lift you so that you can level up in every area of your life with your boundaries, with your business, with your bank account, with overcoming the burdens of life, being able to break through so that you can become the real you that you were created to be. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. Theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, and I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Theeaglesacademy.com. Fill out the form, be transformed. I know you're transformed by this conversation. Drop a Cash App. Your support helps me do the work locally, nationally, globally. Offline, as I, yes, serve as a pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Ministry in the city of Detroit, as I mentor, as I speak, as I coach, as I train, as I give back to the community. You can help me do that and so much more. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. Yes, you can do that to be a part of my Eagles Academy and my community. Soar with us into greater success and purpose. But you can also drop a Cash App. $Dr. Eddie Ministries. $Dr. Eddie Ministries. PayPal, info@EddieConnor.com. And then, of course, even on Zelle, EddieConnorJr @gmail.com. I really appreciate you. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video for how and where to give. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world, and it makes a whole lot of difference. Hit that thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button. I've been growing your greatness. Help me grow the channel. Come on, I want you to stay locked in and connected, leaning in, locking in, leveling up as you're listening to this amazing, powerful podcast. And I hope it's been powerful and transformative for your life as well. Follow me on all social sites. EddieConnorJr, EDDIE. Put some respect on my name, family. EDDIE, CONNORJR. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand. Yo, brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know, brother, got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter. Peace and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. I want you to go ahead and get your hands on my new book, Know Your No. It's all about how to build healthy boundaries and love without losing yourself. Boundaries are not limitations. Boundaries are for liberation. You're going to find a way to unbox yourself. You're going to find a way to really love yourself and to move into a place of emotional regulation, to stand your ground, to draw a line in the sand, stand 10 toes down on it. Don't do the electric slide. Don't moonwalk away from it, but really stand wholeheartedly down on what it is that you say. It's for your protection. It's for your self-care. Moves you into a greater place of self-awareness and emotional regulation and developing your mental health and creating boundaries so that you can abound to a new and a greater level. Go right now to get a signed copy at EddieConnor.com. EddieConnor.com. And then, of course, you can also get it on Amazon. Go and get the book right now.